welcome back to my channel. Today we're watching some more One Piece. Gonna be watching episode 1132, A Pledge to Ginny. Kuma becomes a father. I'm really excited to get into this episode. For any new watchers, just a couple warnings. I'm a manga reader, so I know what is upcoming. A bit kind of rusty. And then also, this is a timer reaction, so you'll need your own copy of the episode to sync up with my timer to watch and listen to the audio. But other than that, I pretty much want to get right into this episode, not waste much time today. Let me just go full screen and pull up my timer here. Oh yeah, I'll count us down from 3, 2, 1, start. Yeah, I'm excited to get into this episode. I've been reading the manga, or caught up with the newest chapter that just came out. Fantastic. I've been loving the manga, and getting to watch the anime on Sunday is just... I think One Piece is in a fantastic spot right now. Like, honestly, potentially one of the best spots ever. I don't know if I've ever noticed, you can see Kuma in Bonnie's reflection right there. I don't think I've noticed that yet. This opening's also grown a lot on me. Because as I said, like the first time I watched it, I really loved it. But the previous one was still my favorite. I think this one might be tied now. It's just good in a different way, so it's hard to choose. Yeah, great song. There's a lot of like clean shots in it as well, with good references and stuff to things that happened during the arc. Yeah, I don't know if this will be the final episode of the flashback. It might be 2 episodes remaining. It could even be more than that, because as I said in the beginning of this reaction, I'm not super like memorable on everything that happens in like the order of everything. Ooh. Oh, this is, yeah, Revolutionary Armor's base. I guess their old base. Kuma looking clean. Oh, yikes. Oh wait, timeline wise, is this is this during Luffy's kid flashback? Yeah, Kuma's a bit too fast for you. Yeah, Kuma is on his demon time right now. Ah, it's a clean shot. I love the colors this episode as well. I like that they're a bit more darker. Yeah, fuck him up. I also remember so many people hated Dragon during the manga during this time. But there was also kind of that about Garp in Egghead as well, a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, you guys don't stand a chance against Kuma. Bro is just a broken man now. I do love getting to watch him just body some bastards, though. Also, those for a second I thought those were like the knights that were at the like the reverie and stuff. But the armor looks slightly different. It doesn't have like the cone head. Have we seen that logo before? I mean, I've obviously seen it in the manga, but is that the first time you see it? I feel like I don't remember seeing that. Poor Kuma. Quiet start to the episode as well. Usually means it's either going to be a sad episode or just a really good episode. 2 years. Yeah, this is the part I was thinking of. God, celestial dragons are such bitches. What a good mom. Risking everything for her kid. Might be 2 episodes left, actually. Even like the transponder snail's eyes look kind of weak. That's sad. Just quiet too into the fucking some music now, but it went right into like quiet into the storm. I like that. He knows where she is. Home. Such a sad story. I forgot he doesn't even hear that line, to be honest. That's sad. He doesn't even hear her last line because he's trying to make it to her in time. Brutal, hitting you with the flashbacks with the sad music. Damn, hearing that just over is sad too, because he knows how long it's been, so knows it isn't his, but still being her father. Although, I guess technically it could still be his baby. We do know that Ace's mom kept her in her stomach for like a prolonged period of time, but very unlikely. And this story would be sad enough here, but it does not end here, which is fucking brutal. Daddy Kuma. That's fucking funny. Oh my god, she's like the size of his one bean on his hand. Big eater. Hungry little baby. Yeah. It's gotta be so sad but so happy at the same time to know she's living on to her child, but I feel like at the same time seeing your wife's face every single time in the baby would be hard. Cute. This is also like the opposite of Big Mom, where Big Mom was like giant compared to her parents. Bonnie is like tiny compared to Kuma. Oh, that's a cool art style. I like the filter on it. I think that's it. Might not actually. It might just be the drawing style, but that's cute. Adorable. God, and the fact that you just know something's gonna go wrong because we know what happens to Kuma. Still working a part of the Revolutionary Army. Also, that attack looked really good. That your assistant. I forgot that she's actually in a cage. Oh, training Sabo. Big jump. Yeah, that's not a good sign. That makes for a much Sadder childhood. Must be terrified. That's a terrible fucking idea, dude. I wonder, because as far as I know, this hasn't come up at all again. I wonder if her disease is going to be relevant to anything going forward in the story. I was trying to think. I can't remember if we know the reason why Ginny got sucked. At least help it out with the daughter, even if they didn't really go capture the wife. Little demon child now. That was fun animation for her. There's a bit more of Bonnie's personality. Oh, it does look like it's worse now. Unless I misremembering the pattern, I think she only had the big one and the two small ones. I don't think she had the one underneath. Cute voice actor too. I assume it's someone different. Because it sounds like somewhat similar in her mannerisms, but you can definitely tell the younger. But some voice actors are able to do that pretty well. I'm surprised Kuma doesn't know about it, to be honest. But I guess it's not really relevant to most things. That is a good point. And the closest lore to Nika we have on, or lore on Nika we have is from um from Skypiea and like the gods and stuff first mentioned in that arc. Cute. Yeah, no, that is definitely not happen coming true. Oh, it's just slower. I forgot about that. Every time Kuma gets a couple years of happiness in his life, she'll just turns wrong so fast. And even still then, he still fought his hardest. My guy really is one of the goats of the show, to be honest. That's sad. Well, yeah, Kuma, you gotta do something. Kuma, time to put in some fucking work. Take care of these idiots. Fantastic episode. That was great. I probably wasn't my best reaction I've ever done before, just because I don't know. I was kind of locked in, engaged, and I'm Loki, really fucking tired. But yeah, I've really been enjoying how they've been adapting the flashback for Kuma and everything, and Bonnie's flashback. I have, I don't know, I it's just impressive with how One Piece has changed. Because like I feel like backstory episodes were always some of my favorite episodes, but I feel like they weren't like always handled the best they could have been. So getting to see a flashback in this quality of animation, but also just like direction. There's like occasionally some really good direction choices that are like just small things. Like I mentioned one thing during this episode, like there was a point where it was just silent and then it like cut to the storm sound and then it brought in the music. I felt that was really good. I do think that some moments could probably, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I've read it before, but I feel like I was expecting to get a little bit more emotional. Because generally, anime and like stories and stuff can get me pretty easily. But I don't know if it's just because I've seen it before, or if maybe not just like the music's just not quite hitting right for me, or uh, I know like the one episode the pacing felt a little fast, and it didn't like draw out some of the sadness as much as I felt like deserved. But other than that, it's been fantastic, and those are tiny complaints, and everything besides that have just been so good. Yeah, I think 2 episodes to save his daughter. Yeah, 'cause I think the final episode or like 2 episodes from now will be like the ending of it. And then go back into the present time. I still remember like what the transition is. Like I don't remember what is the first thing that exactly happens when we get out of this flashback. I want to say I kind of know, but I don't know. I feel like that was a little bit later in the story. The thing I'm thinking about with Bonnie. So I'm interested to see how that plays out and just how much longer we have of this because in my mind there's only a little bit of stuff left to cover, and I want to say it's like 2 chapters worth, maybe 3 or something like that. So depending on the pacing, we have a few more episodes or just a couple. But other than that, I'm super excited and I don't know. Just for as depressing as this backstory is, it's really cool to see more of Kuma, more of Bonnie, because Bonnie's been one of the characters I've been wanting to see since Sabaody. I really liked her introduction quite a lot. So this is a moment in the series I've been waiting for a long time, and other than this, I think we only have like one other supernova to really like go in depth with, and that's Rouge. Uh, he's only like appeared a couple times through the story. I imagine he'll probably be like the last one we focus on, because I know the supernovas were created as like a on the spot kind of decision, but my opinion on that has always been Oda essentially just took characters from later in the story and just brought them introduced earlier, because every supernova has been so like important in some way to the story. I feel like they weren't probably as spontaneous as they were expected. I feel like Oda probably just pulled ideas from later in the story and just sucked them in, which in some ways works. In some ways, it also like I think with like Kid, uh, versus Law. I think because of the popularity, Law probably got more to do than Kid. Because it seemed like Kid was almost like more important when first introduced a little bit. Um, but we had way more of Law throughout the actual series, and Kid's journey was kind of like a parallel of Luffy, but not. It wasn't quite there, and he's one of the characters I feel like didn't get as much showing as he probably should have. Like I feel like Wano should have been more of a Kid arc than it honestly was. Um, just because that was a lot of what was going on. He did have some good moments during that arc and everything, but he felt like much more side character to even Law. Uh, so just interesting to see that. But my opinion has always been that Oda either decided early on that he wanted to do stuff with these characters when he introduced, or he essentially just pulled characters from later in the story and just introduced them in this arc to just kind of make the world seem bigger and introduce like a group of characters which are usually pretty popular in anime and manga. But that's basically all I want to do. I just started ranting a little bit and going off because it's pretty easy with One Piece. But that'll be all for this video. Catch you guys all later in the next reaction, and peace!